Say, hey, Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah, no, you kept on. I was trying to do it earlier, and you kept distracting me. You talk to him. You want to talk? Hey, world. Say, hey. Yeah, I'm saying I was trying to do something, and you was bothering me. Huh? You want to say, hey? You want to talk? Tell him something. Say hello. Okay. Yeah, this my baby. Yeah, this my baby. Her name is Justice. Yeah, Justice. Yes, I was trying to do something earlier, and she kept. This was the reason she right here. She kept bothering me and distracting me and knocking on the door, and I couldn't even concentrate. Bothering me. Okay, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk a minute. We're gonna talk. See, this little lady here and the rest of her siblings is one reason that my focus in life changed a bit, because I realized that as I evaluated my life and their life, my kids' life, I realized that I didn't have enough information in me to really stabilize my kids' life with respect to where they, in the direction that they was trying to go, or that they are going, and the direction that my wife and I want our kids, the direction that we desire them to go. We have to be developed and be familiar with the areas that we want our kids to go in. That way it kind of helps stabilize them along the journey. And so my last 3 years, I just kind of pulled away from everything to develop myself so that I could be more of an asset and a value to lead my family, to lead my kids, to help develop them. And one thing that I came to understand is the nature of marriage. Marriage, we is almost like it's the American dream, to where everyone, every man, find a woman, get a woman, and you marry and have kids, and y'all live, just happy, thereafter. Like when you marry, that's the ultimate goal. Yes, okay, it is. It's a vehicle. Marriage is a vehicle to keep a bloodline going. It's a vehicle to keep my bloodline going through my wife. That's the vehicle. She produces the soul. I produces the image to go in that soul. That's the nature of the ordinance of a man and a woman, but it's not exclusive to a man and a woman. Marriage is not exclusive to the body. It is the uniting of a spirit and a soul. That spirit focusing on that soul until it harmonizes it, until it quiets it, until it get it in harmony with it. For example, a lot of us cannot benefit and is not benefiting from being an American, because at heart we are not Americans, because we don't understand, we don't know the Constitution. So if you don't have the Constitution of the United States is the spirit of the United States. It lets the rest of the world know that any given citizen of the United States ought to be recognizable by their behavior. And we are. That's why other countries know us, because of our behavior, because of our looselessness. Us not understanding the nature of marriage is what's killing us, because we think that, just like me, I needed to be married. I needed to know what it meant to be wifed before I tried to be a husband to my wife. It is no different in the beginning. That's the way it was in the beginning. You know, you need to be developed to draw your family to you, to draw your wife to you. So in the beginning, it's the same way as in real life, in our life, as it was in the beginning. We have an option before us to form ourselves or get focused on a woman or get focused on a man. Early in our life, we get focused on that. Okay, I'm focused on a woman at 15 years old, 16 years old, and not knowing where I'm going. I don't have any development about myself. I'm not structured and don't understand life at all. So now I have the task of trying to form a family when I need to be formed. And not only do I have a task of trying to form a woman, I also have the task of forming the kids that the woman produced. So if I'm or the man is not formed with respect to a vision in life, how then will he lead, or will he not misuse his family? He don't understand what they're for. He don't understand what his life was. Because we've been led by the same thing. We've been led by the same thing. Because we don't understand one idea we don't understand, and it's marriage. See, we think we get married at the wedding. We do not get married at the wedding. The wedding is a result of us being married. To marry someone is to be in tune with someone. Had I been married, had I been wifed, had I been formed in the beginning, I would understand what it means to transfer my vision to my wife. If I transfer my vision to my wife and she receives it, we're no longer two, we're one. Because she's operating on my, or the principles, I don't want to say mine, but our principles, or the principle that's given to me through the word. Because that is my operating system now. So in the beginning, it wasn't nothing to submit to. That it was a wedding, but there was no marriage. Because it's almost about like most relationships now. We are in a relationship, but we're not married. To be married is to be in tune. To be in tune is to be true to one tone. That's why it speaks of instruments in the book. It speaks of harps. It speaks of sounds. Everybody being on one note. You got a family, everybody be on one note. And when somebody's out of tune, we'll look at it more or less as they being reactive or being rebellious. They're just out of tune. And it's up to us to focus on them in that area, to develop them in that area, but we don't understand it because we have not been wifed. We don't understand the development. So in essence, as I read and studied what marriage was according to the book of life, it's the marriage takes place way before the wedding. That the wedding is to let the people know we are married. We are on the same note. We have one eye. My wife, my family, all of us, we have one eye. But we cannot have that one eye if I, the man, does not have a vision. There's nothing to submit to. There's nothing to submit to. So with that being said, if I do not have any law other than myself in me, what is it that my wife or my mate will be helping me with? If we're going somewhere now, when somebody's helping you, or somebody for the purpose of helping you, you must know what you're doing in order for that to be considered help. Because if you don't know where you're going or what you're doing, that help finna be misused or abused because you don't understand what the help is for. So, because anything that we don't understand, we abnormally use it. We abnormally use it. That's the nature of abuse. That's why I say, get wisdom, get understanding. It say, therefore, get wisdom. Get wisdom, get it. Because wisdom is the application. You need wisdom to be formed to understand. So all of us in the beginning need wisdom. We need to be formed. We need grammar. That's what they do in school. They form us. They give us grammar. The first thing they do is install grammar in us. They got to put wisdom in us, putting the operating system in us. So when we hit about maybe 6, 7 years old, now the information that we have coming in us is being understood by the grammar or the formation that was in us, that took place in us from 0 up to 6 or 7 years old. Now that's how we're understanding the world. And now what we think that kids or how we ought to be able to control ourselves, kids ought to be able to control themselves 7, 8 years old when they didn't have anything to do with the operating system that's in it. None of us. You know, see, that's why all of us right now, we're locked. We're locked right into ourselves. Because we do not understand the language that was installed in us when we wasn't aware. That's the system we operating on. We know that system is confusing. So we is afraid to look at our hearts because everything in there spook us. We either want to hear music all the time or we want to be around people all the time. We want to be doing something all the time because when we get by ourselves in that quiet moment, the noise, the voices, they come up because we don't understand that program that was installed in us prior to us being able to reject stuff. All this is the nature of marriage. To be poor in spirit is to not be married to nothing. To understand the Constitution of the United States and to receive the spirit of the United States in you is to be a citizen. To not understand the Constitution of the United States is not to be a citizen of that country. Because you do not understand the Constitution, you don't even understand your rights to even being on that piece of land. Because is it our duties to say the Constitution is something that we need in us, or is it us globally as a people to say, wait, hold on, maybe if we start installing the Constitution almost like a program. The Constitution, every country has a constitution. Every city, every place, every land has a constitution by which everybody, every citizen that dwells in it ought to look the same. No matter what color you are, they want you to look just like that. It's no different. They want you to look the same. It don't make no difference if you're brown, black, blue, green. If you come from another country and you come over here, you go through your process of your naturalization test. You go through all of that to learn. They teach you about the basics of what it means to be an American. They ask you a bunch of questions. Okay, now since I've been studying in the areas that I've been studying in, it's understandable now why foreigners come over and seem like they prosper well, better than people that was born in the United States, because they make them take this. They make them know this. They make them know this. They make them take this. We that was born here, we know nothing about it. They got so much stuff in there for you if you understand it. They got so much. See, to understand it is to receive the spirit of the United States. Now you can benefit from it. You cannot benefit from the Constitution of the United States if you do not know it, if you do not understand it. It's so much stuff in there for us as citizens to promote all types of development. That's what it's about. It's all types of grants, loans, everything. When you are aware of the Constitution of the country that you reside in. If you are poor in spirit, we can't do no more walk around afraid. And that's the same way with marriages right now. There's no unity there because there's no spirit there other than I or you and a me. So we got two spirits in there. You doing it your way, you doing it. So there's no real marriage. We're just doing it there for financial stability because we don't understand. It ain't our fault. Everybody doing it. And it's up to us to stop looking outside of the nucleus or the relationship for the resolution, but inside, it's right there. It's right in there. When we organize it inside, and you are ready to receive or be prepared for the actual wedding, because you know when two things are in harmony. When a harp will represent the woman, the soul, the woman. The harp just sit there all alone, chilling. If a human being never goes up to interact with that harp, you'll never know that it can make that sound. It's a sound in the background. You hear it? That's a harp. Good crisp sound. And they talk about a harp in the Bible. But one thing about a harp, it always go out of tune real easy. And that's about a human being. It's about like marriages. Because we stay in tune with respect to what we focus on. So if I don't have anything to focus on to lead, and my wife is focused on something else, and my twins, they focus on something else, I understand now why families, a lot of pressure get into a family, because it goes right back to the one person. When it went back, you see, we try to put it, I used to try to put it on my wife too, but he came back, God said, Adam. I don't care I don't care who did what, it's going to always point back to Adam, to me. Because I told my boys, I shouldn't have to be running around pushing them to make it in nothing. I should already be established, and they should be just enjoying whatever they're doing just for the sake of living. But being that I wasn't prepared, they got to work. And now their kids gonna have to work if they don't get it right. Because we don't understand one thing. We do it all the time on small scales. Marriage is on small scale. Anything that you submit to and let it operate through your soul, you just married it. I know that probably shook you up a little bit. The nature of marriage is to submit. And to submit means to withdraw your focus on anything other than the instrument or the law that's in front of you. If I submit to a will, everything that I need to do in life can be found in that will, in that vision. If I have a vision, I'm ready. I'm ready for a family. I'm ready. Everything I need to do, everything in that vision, is my family. My family is in that vision. So now, if I'm not formed, if I don't have any information in me, if I don't have any grammar in me, it's basically what grammar is actually what arranges information in you for you to understand. Grammar encodes information and it decodes information. So now I'm talking like I'm talking, and I hated anything academic when I was in school. But now, through my development, it led me right back to the very thing that I tried to get away from when I was smaller. Right back to being formed. And that's the challenge with a lot of us, just humans. We're not formed. We being born, and they teach us how to count and numbers, and and you basically get confused, man. And then I used to ask my kids, like, man, I got to be frustrated, dude. You ask your kid, hey, what you gonna be when you grow up? Man, you asking somebody 7 years old, 8 years old, what they gonna be when they grow up. And our brain don't fully develop until we're 25. And you asking somebody that been walking around on the earth only 8 years and really ain't been aware too much of nothing for about a few years, and you asking them what they gonna be. We really got to check ourselves on that one, you know what I mean? If we ask our kid what they're gonna be, you know what I mean, we can't be much. We can't be. That's the way I felt when I did it. Because they should be here as a result of me already knowing what areas they would operate in. So now we introduce them into the world with no operating system, about like a computer. Go get a computer from Walmart right now. If it don't have an operating system on it right now, you probably wouldn't know what to do with it, because it won't receive the information that you got to give it. It will not receive it. You can't interact with it. So a human being void of a constitution, or of the constitution of that land, or even of their heritage, so to speak, if you void of that, it's got to be spooky. That's why we so fearful. Because it's either this: we are here to develop the earth with respect to life, or correct something. So if you don't know culture, if you don't know anything about, the history of the United States, we look at certain, eras and say, that was bad that happened, or that was bad. Okay, yeah, it was bad. Okay, what can you do to go back to correct something? That might be what that might be your wave in life. If that aggravates you that much, that's probably what you're here for. You just got to develop it. If it bother you like that, if it just really aggravate you, boy, if I had all the money in the world, I'd change it. Yeah, that's probably why you're here, is to do that. That if it aggravates you like that, take some time to remove yourself from the game and develop. And instead of using that energy to keep locking yourself in, use that energy to develop a stance against it. What the results want to look like. What do I want the end to be, rather than keep on frowning on it every time I see it. Because when we unformed, we're gonna react to everything. When we're not formed on the inside, we just react. That's our nature. That's why I say that's innate in us. If we look at something and we don't understand it, we gonna react to it. That's why it speaks so highly about understanding. Because if you don't understand something, you can't benefit from it. I like to use that analogy of kids know what a car is, but they don't know how it works. They can't benefit from it. So that's like even our body, even marriage, we don't understand the things that we need to understand to develop as a people. We give so little attention on understanding it. We give so little attention on understanding it. So I'm talking about it's pathetic. And not just say the point of finger, because we are in it collectively. When you get up in a plane and look down on it, we all look the same. See, I know once we down on the ground amongst each other, look kind of spread it out and wide, and we can kind of move and hide and duck a little bit. Get up in the plane and look down on this thing. It's just everything the same. Everything the same. You're part of the same mass. How will you affect the energy in that mass? That's all it is. It's just wait for something to be received, to come through you, something great to come through any one of you, me, you. We don't put ourselves in a position for it to come through us. We want great things. We want to be, famous. All of us want that. All of us want that attention. It's in us. It's in us. That's installed in us. That's why the book talks so highly about it, about self-exaltation, because that's what we want. But he's telling you the way to get it authentically. We got to first understand what it means to be married. See, because even in one sense, we trying to get things. He's saying seek something else as a way to get them things. And seeking, what he's talking about, is actually a relationship. It's a relationship. It's a relationship with yourself. I understand electronics pretty good. I understand electric real good. I understood a lot about carpenter work. I'm not real good at it, but it's a lot of things that I know a lot about that I'm good at. But when I realized something, how little I was good at leading and understanding why me happening on the inside, I didn't know nothing about it. Oh man, we can tear down cars. I understand why that book say, we can train dogs, we can train a whole bunch of things, man. But we get crazy when it comes to trying to lead ourselves in the direction we want to go, because there's no formation in it. We know a way to go, but it's too much happening in there for us to go that way, because it's kind of spooky, because we really don't understand. So now it's almost like we to lead the way that we're trying to go, you got to remove something. We got to let something go. That's what I had to do. I had to let something go. It's a lot of things, that, You letting an image go to receive an image. And I think that it's a lot of times we know what we have to do, but it's so depressing because of the people that you would have to displace to go where you try to go, because everybody ain't gonna go with you. Everybody ain't finna climb up to that next stage, where you're going. Everybody can't go there. You just can't go there. I was stuck one time, dead set, I'm finna put my wife in the headlock and we're gonna ride this thing together. You can do it sometimes, but a lot of times it be like that because if you wasn't in the right place in the beginning, it's gonna be some tension trying to get it right. Because you can't say, you was in the will of God and you ain't understand. You leading it. You don't even know why you even here. And you talking about, we in the will of God. No, I wasn't in the will of God, man. I ain't understand nothing about life to be talking about I was in the will of God. That's why it happened the way it did. That's why everything happened real unstable. You know what I mean? Because we don't understand the will of God. Everybody claiming that they understand it, but we don't. On the real. But once you come to understand what something is for, you then are able to benefit from it. You all can benefit from one another. Not me not understanding or not knowing, almost like saying the blind leading the blind. That's what it be, man. We blind, we trying to lead a family, don't know where we going, really trying to conceal our feelings about everything. And the feelings are the very things that's gonna cause us to go in the direction that we're going in. Is to know how to channel those feelings. See, we trying to keep them here. You don't hide them, man. That's why it's all about talking about excitement. That's all they talk about in this book. Joy, excitement. No, if you scared to show your feeling, dude, you ain't finna go nowhere in life. It's gonna be challenging. Cause you're gonna have to get excited. You're gonna get excited about the right thing. And once you get excited about the right thing, that means you are in tune. That means you are married. That means you are one with it. Whatever you get excited about, you are one. You are one with it. If you get excited about it, you are one with it. You have allowed it access to your soul. You finna let it operate in and through you once you get in tune with it. That's the nature of it. That's the nature of dying. You no longer need to focus on nothing else. If men, us, secure in our stance before calling Eve or before shining, see, because we're trying to shine before we have any energy. So with whatever light you drew them with, that's the contract. That's the contract. That was the draw, whatever it was in the beginning. Whatever the excitement was in the beginning, that's what the marriage was about in the beginning. Refer back to the beginning. Reference the beginning. See what the excitement was about in the beginning. See what that was about. You go back there, you reference the beginning, see what they got excited about, see what you got excited about, and you'll see if the excitement gone, probably see, it probably was, based on the circumstance of what was happening at that particular time in life, because there wasn't no substance at all in it. At all. So now, what we do, you're like, man, I done fell out of love with her. Well, you really wasn't in love with her, really, because we everybody talk love stuff. I bet you everybody on here right now could type in the definition of love right now. We probably gonna get 50, 100 different definitions of love, because we scattered like that. That's why it's life challenging. Because I don't understand your tone, you don't understand mine. The grammar in me different than the grammar in you. Our definitions range so wide. And it's the same thing within the homes. Everybody talk and they got one word that's got a span range so wide due to just confuse the death out you. You know what I mean? So in this heartbeat, you know, then when we try to be halfway, you know, tainted with one another, we really slide the meaning of it in. No, it's something that we need to establish and we need to seek. Because it's actually about a marriage. Life is about a marriage. How well you submit to letting something operate through your soul. That's marriage. To be in tune with something is to be wifed by it. To be in tune with it. If you bring something in tune with you, you just wifed that particular soul. Because now they are operating not on their will, but on your will. That's the nature of a marriage. That's why I say you don't just meet a person and marry them. You say first, the dude, we need to know where I'm going. You know what I mean? Like, you know, got my head in my coat and I know where I'm going. You know what I mean? That type of deal. You know, if you know where you're going, okay, yeah, you ready. You ready to do it. You don't know where you're going, man. You know, it's gonna be kind of difficult. It'd be kind of difficult. But we as a people must sit and reflect, especially if we having challenges, especially if we're not really satisfied with where we are right now. It's a result of marriage.